so imagine that there are small things going wrong in your marriage. Your wife becomes less attentive, or you do. Your attention starts to be attracted by other people, and you just let it slide. You know that something's up, but you don't do the attentive work necessary to do the repairs when the time is appropriate. Well, then you speed the process of decay. And so one of the implications of this was that the central organizing principle of the psyche, and this might be the principle to which religious systems, to some degree, put forward as the highest possible good, is something like constant attention to that process of decay and communication about it to stem off the ravages of time. If we think about that as an organizing principle of the psyche, a necessary organizing principle of the psyche. So the god Horus, for example, in the ancient Egyptian pantheon, was the all-seeing eye that paid attention and who could see corruption when it emerged, and the Mesopotamian god Marduk had eyes all the way around his head and spoke magic words. And so that seemed to be something like a core organizing principle. And you talked about these cardinal, canonical, conservative thinkers and their willingness to make the presumption that things did go wrong and needed to be fixed. Maybe we could go through them a little bit, if you don't mind.
You know, before we launch into them, let me just say something about the flood myth. The flood story, I should say, its relationship to the conversation we're having. The Eliada's mapping is helpful, but there is a big difference between the Mesopotamian flood myth, where you have basically gods get angry because human beings are annoying, human beings are bothering them, troublesome. When that story in the hands of Moses and the Israelite prophets, that story becomes one of God's intention of creating, an Edenic world, a perfect world where human beings and animals are all eating grasses and vegetables, and no creature hurts another creature. And what you see in the biblical account is that the world has this intrinsic, the chaotic waters that God's wind or God's spirit fashions the world out of. Those chaotic waters never, they never fully go away. They're always constantly about to happen, and that affects human nature in that human beings are incapable of living in this perfect world that God imagined in Eden. The flood story actually has almost the opposite meaning, because what God discovers from the flood is that he thought that he was going to give Noah and Noah's children a chance to create the perfect world, and that creates a religious framework in which God says, all right, I can't perfect the world. I have no way of perfecting the world. It's not within my power to do that, which is not exactly the way that it's often presented, but that's what it says in the text, is that God doesn't have the power to create a perfect world, and he needs human beings to take up a role as his vice regents, as his associates and assistants in trying to fix the world. And that structure, notice that it's a hierarchical structure. It's not a metaphor of an all-powerful God that we should just obey. It's a different metaphor. It's a metaphor of a God who actually needs our help. He could destroy the whole world, but he can't fix it without our help. That's the fundamental structure that makes Judaism and later Christianity different from the preceding religions is that there is a role for man within the hierarchy of the cosmos. God needs us. And the covenant is about us stepping forward and shouldering that responsibility.